This this is a mystery pack, and behind the silhouette, it's our mystery guest. I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up and, as a way of introduction, here's our first mystery. It's a mystery I could find an introduction this short for this dude. He was a radio and TV major from Ashland University, that was in Ohio. He's the digital force, among many forces, behind WTRSradio.com. That's the internet radio station, alongside his partner, Trip Rogers. He's an entrepreneur, a benefactor, a fearless political fighter, and he might just be the biggest proponent of all things in Wheeling, West Virginia. Welcome, Dolph Santorine.
Phil, it is great to be here.
Oh, I'm excited about having you because we're going to go through this stack, by the way. This came out of that mystery pack. Ready?
Moldy oldies. I love it.
Oh, yeah. There are, I am told, 25 from the 70s.
Uh-huh.
I know there's some old stuff in here, Dolph. We're looking for some gold. And you are the only judge and jury to determine which ones are old and which ones are gold. This is off Asylum Records. On the one side, it's Old 55. On the other, it is Best of My Love. It's by the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, gold.
Gold.
That's definitely
Yeah.
gold.
I mean, it don't get any easier than that. I mean, even
No,
I could.
that is the easiest one ever. I mean, that song played all over when I was, a dozen years old or so.
I think that
When
was
I
the
was going through puberty.
I'm not. I think it's just best that I leave that one alone. This is off of the Capitol Records label. Wow, what an artist. Two great songs. I Believe in Music is on one side. I Don't Know How to Love Him's on the other. It's Helen Reddy.
Uh-huh. I'd say that's old. That one hasn't aged well.
She's
Is
still
that
got
fair?
a great voice, though. Great
Oh, yeah.
voice.
Incredible.
And I think I Believe in Music, I think that was done as a hit by Gallery. I may be wrong. All right, number 3.
Hmm?
Number 3 of 25. We got one old and we got one gold. I'm wondering if you can help me out with this. This is actually, the name of the artist is Bobby Vinton.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Melodies of Love, but as I look at it, it's got like 3 songs per side. Do you know
Oh,
what?
wow.
Have you seen some? I've seen this in the mystery packs before. I'm wondering if there's some special meaning behind having that.
I don't know. So what are the 3 songs on it? Are
Well,
they
now
the
you're gonna make me get my glasses out for that.
No, you
Here we
need
go.
longer arms, Phil.
You'll you'll never know, Am I Loving You, Here in My Heart on one side.
Okay.
The Most Beautiful Girl, My Melody of Love. I think that was a hit. And Never Ending Song of Love.
Old.
Yeah, old.
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 Here
Oh,
we go.
my.
I'm gonna try to do this without my glasses. This is W. Michael Lewis is the artist. This is off of I'm not sure what record label. Um, theme from theme from Fawn Story. That sounds a little weird. And
Okay.
Love is just a word. W. Michael Lewis.
I don't remember any of that old stuff. Do
Yeah,
you?
I'm not. I have no idea. I have no idea. Hey, and by the way, this mystery pack, it came from Viking Records. A buddy of mine and his wife own that. I paid
Okay.
$4.99 for it. Hey, the link. You can find the link to Viking Records right down there.
So you buy a mystery pack and they ship it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
In fact,
wow.
and I'm planting the seed for the future. I have 2 mystery packs of albums.
Ooh.
Ooh. Talking about some deep cuts from the
Mm.
70s, one from the 70s and one from the 80s. So if you know anyone that's into 80s albums, let me know because I'm looking for a mystery guest to join me for that episode.
There we go.
All right. This is off Ivanhoe. Okay, it's, Eddie and Dutch, Bambino on one side, "My mother-in-law came out of retirement."
You're not kidding, are you? Ivanhoe Records. Okay.
What? It's gotta be a novelty song of some sort, doesn't it? I
I
it's
had a
gotta
friend
be.
whose last name was Pope, and, of course, the name of his recording studio was Vatican West. How appropriate, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Alright, I'm thinking old.
I'm thinking old. So we've only had 1 gold.
1 gold so far. It may change now. Ooh, boy. May may major city in the Midwest. Columbia Records is the record label.
Okay.
On one side, it's, "Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?" No, that's not it, but this one is 25 or 624.
Oh, major, major gold. Big hit.
Chic
Matter of fact, I can still hear the guitar, the guitar opening, right? Classic.
Do you know what the meaning behind those numbers are? I have no idea. I'm just curious.
I didn't know the meaning of the song, and it's a funny thing with Chicago. There's a bunch of Russians who do covers of Chicago that are so good that you can play the original on one ear and hear them on the other. I mean, it's really, really good.
Is that the Leonid and Friends or whatever it
That
is?
da.
Wow.
Ah, there we go.
2 gold, baby. We're rocking and rolling.
Gold.
I don't think Führer Deverich Productions. Ron Führer is the artist. We've got,
Never heard of. Don't know.
well, I've heard of the song, but I'm not sure who wrote it. I don't think this is the original. It's not the original. My Way on one side and Stand By Love on the other.
Old.
Oh,
Old. Old.
we're looking for gold. We're looking for gold. Oh, we found gold, baby. We did find gold.
Really?
I'm telling you, it's off Bell record label.
Okay. Big
24 hours a day on one side.
okay.
I woke up in love this morning. The Partridge
That's
Family.
gold. The
Yeah.
Partridge Family. Oh, boy, talk about pop.
Oh, that is pop exemplified. That's a great song.
And
Hey, we got another one of these.
and a heartthrob for every young man from the '70s, right?
Yeah, it's just that was a weird relationship though, real life, with Shirley Jones, and we're not gonna get into that. This is another one of those weirdo ones. This is off it says, "This is a promotional item." You know what I'm gonna do is, in the editing, I'm gonna do some research and add some text to maybe explain what these records are about. This has got, on one side, uh, Philosophizer. That's me. Uh, that's, Jerry Williams. On the other side, it looks like we have I gotta put my glasses on. This type is too small. I'll just leave them on now. Gone and This Song, Jerry Williams.
Oh, boy. You know when it's a 7-inch record and it's got a small hole in the middle?
Yeah, I wonder if
Warner
it's
Brothers, though, big
yeah,
label.
promotional item. I'm not familiar. Or put it in old, and I'll do some research. How's that sound?
There we go.
I got a reflection on the glasses. I gotta try to take them off. This is, United Artists label. You got me. Anthony Newley is the artist, and we've got Hollywood Fever, kind of a neat name, and Lunch with a Friend.
Oh, moldy.
Gotta be.
That probably hasn't been heard since
You're
1977.
like one of those New York program directors that don't even give people a chance to promote the record. You mean you just made your decision, like, in 2 seconds, yeah, get it out of here.
Get it gone.
We're back to, Capitol Records. We're back to
Okay.
an artist that we've already had before. More Than You Could Face on one side, I Am Woman on the other. Of course, that's an
Oh, that's gold. That
yeah.
is serious gold. How do
Helen's
you get a
Reddy.
mystery pack with 2 Helen Reddy
I
records in it?
I don't know, but we now have a grand total of 4 golds for
4 gold?
$4.99. Dollar if my Action College math pays off, that's about a $12 a piece or something. This is the Dolph, I'm not kidding. This is the 2nd or 3rd time this 45 has showed up in a mystery pack. I don't know if there was a run on these things, and it's also interesting, it's got a hole in it. It's off the Cap record label, Sweet Brandy on one side, Anytime Sunshine on the other. It is Crazy
Huh?
Paving, Crazy Paving.
Cap Records. Boy, I bet they existed for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've only done I don't know, a handful of these episodes, and that's the 2nd or 3rd time this one. Now this one, I'm curious, do you know what the hole means?
Yes. Um, what they would do on 45s, on albums, sometimes back in the '70s, they would cut, put a little rectangular cut in the top, meaning it was from the cutout bend. Well, on 45s, because it's not practical to send it wasn't practical then to send them back. So
Oh,
what they would do is basically send this tool that looked like a soldering iron, and the retailer, instead of sending the product back that they weren't paying for, they would poke a hole in it. Now you know.
now I know. Very good. By the way as a lead in, or that is a lead in, if you're curious what provides the best sound, vinyl or CD, Dolph gives his opinion on a separate episode on Phil's Tracks. I'm gonna put the information right down
Down
there.
there, okay.
So if you like listening to Dolph and I, you get a double dose. If you don't like listening to Dolph and I, well,
You're out of luck, sorry.
you just you don't you don't know what you're missing.
Oh, this is good stuff.
You know, okay, I'm confused, Dolph.
Yeah.
It's Underground Records is the record label.
Oh, another heavy hitter.
You know what's different though is I think one of the songs kinda sounds familiar, but it's weird. There's Little Ruben on one side, that's with Al Gardner, and on this side, it's Everyone's Gone to the Moon, Jonathan King. I know that was a hit.
That was a hit, but man, I'll tell you what, they went out of their above and beyond on the graphics on that
Didn't they?
record label, huh?
Yeah. Underground Records being somewhat appropriate for the quality of the label on it. What are you thinking?
Oh, moldy, completely
Boldy.
moldy.
But it's different. It's interesting. 2 different artists, same record. 2 different
Wow.
artists. Huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. We're
Oh,
getting a
yeah.
preview. Is this a good one? Is this one that will bring back memories?
Oh, I'm sure it will for somebody. On one side, it's Daydream. It's off the Columbia record label, by the way. On the other side, it is Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'.
Journey, great record. That is gold. That is completely gold.
That is awesome. That brings back a lot of memories for some people.
I guess that's a ballad, right? Would that be
I don't
considered a
know much
ballad?
power ballad, power
Yeah.
anthem, something. John and Carl Balante, you know them.
No.
Neither do I. On one side, it's I'll Be Home. On the other side, it's I'll Be Home. One's mono, one's stereo.
Ooh, promotional pressing. Well, at least they did something for the graphics.
They did, but it's still in the
Mold.
yeah.
Did not stand the test of time.
Uh, Here's another artist I haven't heard from before. This is yeah, okay. Beverly Bremers. What I Did for Love on one side and What I Did for Love on the other. So she did whatever she did it twice.
Well, Columbia, I guess, didn't make it with that one, huh? No, no,
No,
no, that's a radio station. Because the stereo on one side, mono on the other one, AM stations.
right, yeah. But gold, old, sold, mold.
Mold, mold. Don't even know the artist, you know? It would be kinda nice if some of the, "Oh, that didn't age well," we knew the artist so far, but
You said if it has a hole in it, it's like a cutout, like it or something, a discount, it doesn't go back?
Mhm.
I'm surprised by that on this one, I gotta be honest. Um, this is again off of Columbia Records. On one side, it is The Battle, on the other, it's Heidi Ho, Blood, Sweat, and
Sweat and
Tears.
Tears. Heidi-Ho, that was top. That
Hi
was that's gold. The
Hi
guy their vocalist had an interesting set of pipes.
David Clayton Thomas, wasn't that
There
his
we
name?
go.
It's one of those weird ones where I actually for whatever reason, his name is stuck with me. Okay, and, Columbia. Boy, this is like a Columbia mystery pack. Janis Ian on both sides, Aftertones, and boy, I really tied one on. Huh,
Huh?
huh,
Huh? No.
no.
Old.
Know the artist, know the label, I have no idea on either one of those.
Neither do I. Did it chart?
She had 17 or at 17 or something, wasn't that her big hit?
Yeah. I wonder how many promotional records like that they pumped out before she actually hit.
Well, maybe at 17's on this one because it's Columbia, it's Janis Ian again. Let's see. No, it is I Would Like to Dance on both sides, Janis Ian.
Oh, wow. No,
She would like to dance, but you would like to put it in the old pile or mold pile, I'm guessing.
older mold pile. I pulled up her discography on my other monitor, and it's like, wow, she had a lot of records before she hit that number 1 spot.
She had that one and she had, like, Society's Child or something. I don't I'm in the definite cobwebs on that one.
Society's Child, US
Okay.
Billboard number 14. At 17, which was Cashbox 1 and Adult Contemporary 1 and Billboard number 3.
That yeah, that was like 72 maybe, 73.
Let's see what this says. 1975.
Oh,
There we
getting
go.
close.
Yep,
Here we go. I'm thinking we got one here. This is off a Reprise or Reprise records. I never know how to pronounce it.
one of those.
Yeah, on one side it is I'm So Afraid. On the other, it's Over My Head. It's Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
Fleetwood
Fleetwood
Mac.
Mac is just wow. You know what? I don't think they released a single that didn't chart.
That could be sort of like Three Dog Night there in the 70s. Definitely.
Oh, well, from the late '60s was Fleetwood Mac with a different lineup than we were
Is
used
that
to in the
right?
late '70s. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So gold.
Gold, gold,
By the
solid gold.
By the way, we're gonna go through, all of the goals at the end, and Dolph's gonna pick his favorite. I'm gonna pick my favorite. We're gonna ask you, the audience, to pick your favorites. We're gonna call our top shelf picks, and then Dolph's got a couple of mystery picks.
Ooh, look out.
Oh, now this may be one of my most hated songs. We'll see. Oh, relief, it's not. This is off a Private Stock Records. This must be like a reissue or something. Terry Jacks.
Oh, yeah.
The Feeling That We've Lost, and Christina.
Huh?
I was thinking
Old.
it
I
was
don't know any of those.
y
Seasons in the Sun is the only thing I know from Terry Jacks.
right, and one of my most hated songs, by the way.
Yeah, it was bad bubblegum.
It was really very bad, very bad. EMI America, big
Yeah.
record label. The Very First Time, wonder what that's about. And Drops of Water, it's by Michael Johnson. You know, Michael Johnson?
No, I don't know. Mold.
No do I, nor do I. You know what's really weird? Look at Look at how much empty space is on the record, Dolph. See that?
Yeah, and it's 3:04, right?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Wow, 3 minutes and 4 seconds, and boy, they didn't bother with half of it.
Does that mean it's, like, really poor quality?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. No bass. 'Cause the bass makes it wider. Anyway. Or the recording engineer, the mastering engineer was having a bad day.
Uh, another this may be this may be another one of my most hated songs. Um, I will tell you this record is not very good shape. It's off the Warner Brothers record label. Oh, okay, we're good. Follow Me is on one side,
Okay?
King of Nothing on the other. It's Seals and Crofts.
Huh. Well, it's definitely not gold. So it's
No.
old. So even known acts can have old records.
Yeah. Diamond Girl is a song I cannot listen to at all.
Are you serious? Why?
'Cause in the summer of '73, a buddy of mine, we spent the entire summer painting a church together, and we were listening to Top 40 radio, which meant they only played 10 songs per hour, which means in an 8-hour day, we heard Diamond Girl 8 times.
What were you listening to back then, Phil?
Pop, 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 pop.
Well, do you remember what the radio station was?
I think it was well, there were 2, uh, there were a couple AM stations. There was, CKLW, obviously out of Detroit. There was a WoWo Radio out of, Fort
Fort
Wayne,
Wayne,
Indiana,
Indiana, yeah.
and out of Lima, I think it was WIOT was an FM station.
FM was the new thing back then.
Oh, it was a big thing. Yeah. But that Diamond Girl, oh,
Not on your hit list.
no. Electra labels, we only got 3 left, including one in a sleeve.
Huh?
Electra labels on one side. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Call on Me. No, it's not Blondie. It's It Don't Matter to Me by Bread.
That is a gold. That is gold. That would have been what, 72?
I'm thinking it was in '72. Let's see what it's gotta be '71, '72. David Gates wrote it, 2 minutes and 46 seconds, and they don't have the date on it. That's weird.
2 minutes and 46 seconds, and it probably took up the whole record. I like their mastering engineer.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no date on it, surprisingly. Gold.
Gold.
Down to 2, down to 2,
Down to 2
down to
or down
2.
the tubes, both of those.
Here we go. This is off of some record label. I don't know what it is. Uh, it's, interesting. It's, same title on both mono and stereo. The name of the song is Elvis. The name of the artist is Tom Durden. Tom Durden.
Oh, that goes in mold. That is mold. Nah,
I wonder if that's a tribute to the king.
could be. There were enough of them.
When did
Hey,
he
by the way, have you seen some of the touring acts that do tributes to so many different bands?
Yeah,
And some of them are really good.
yeah, and some are not.
Which ones have you stumbled across that have been not?
Uh, the ones that well, I can't say what they no, they I take it back. I get hung up on it because I'm a Kansas fan and half the band is are not original artists. So I
Right.
kinda call them a cover band. Um, it's
Well, I
probably
mean, half of them are.
more than half of them are. Uh, well, the Grassroots,
Okay, there we go. Midnight Confessions, what a great record.
yeah, I mean, the guys were pretty good, but there's no original members of the Grassroots in the group. How about you?
Um, I've we've seen a Pink Floyd, um, tribute band, and it was really good. Really, really good. And, I've seen a local Chicago tribute band, and they
Yeah,
were really good. But I understand Chicago's back out touring, so
yeah.
if you're gonna do that, just go see the original thing.
You know, for a while, the Guess Who was pretty much, There's only one guy originally affiliated with the Guess Who. They were touring under the name The Guess Who, and Bachman and Cummings got all the rights back. And I just saw they are coming to the States this summer. For
Really?
Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman or Bachman, depending on which pronunciation you want to use. Yep, they're coming out on tour.
That's one I think I need to see.
I've seen Burton Cummings 3 times. Great. I mean, he just it's a Burton, yeah, Burton Cummings.
Okay.
We got one in a sleeve. I
One in its sleeve.
just in the previous episode, it was the same song. Oh my god. This is off a Mystery Square label. Let's assume the song is the same inside. It's even got a stamp on it, WJC Radio.
WJC.
WUJC. Would that be that's not John Carroll. WUJC.
Well, we have the entire, some knowledge of the world at our fingertips, and we will find that out.
'Cause
W
I will be more than glad to return this record to them.
stolen from WUJC
Yeah,
so in St. Marks, Florida.
there we go.
There
Hey,
we go.
hey, program director, WUJC, we've got your 45. I'll even pay for postage for Jesse Davis, Benji's theme, I Feel Love.
WUJC, boy, was the opposite of WRDL, which was our first radio
That's
experience.
right.
74,000 watts.
Wow. Well, they didn't like this song. How about you?
What's this?
I Feel Love, the theme from Benji.
Ah, gold. That was a
Oh,
big record.
you like
I
it?
didn't care for it, but it was a big record.
Oh my god. You're the judge and jury. Okay.
And executioner.
And executioner. And I feel like executing you over that one. All right, here. Let's go through our list. What is your favorite gold from this reveal?
I'm kinda going back and forth between 25 or 64 in Chicago and Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin' by Journey, and I think it's Journey.
There's your answer.
There we
Listeners,
go.
let us know in the comments what was your favorite one. I'm gonna you know what? I know what I'm going with. I woke up in love this morning. It's the Partridge Family. That's my favorite. It's now time for Trip to reveal a couple of his own personal favorite mystery picks. Trip, what do you got? Not Trip.
I've been called worse, Phil.
Hey, Dolph.
I think that's the first time.
And you know what? I'm
That is
gonna
the
leave it in.
first time I've been called Trip.
I'm gonna leave it in. Okay. So, Dolph, what do you got?
Oh, okay. You know, power hits from the early '70s, right?
Yeah.
Great stuff. How about Go All the Way, the Raspberries?
Oh,
I mean, just that thing cut through every AM radio. I remember listening to it on the Jersey Shore, and you could just hear it. And of course, they did the time with the cowbell. Bong. And another kind of a power ballad, Everlasting Love. Remember Carl Carlton?
oh, wow.
Yeah. How's that for kind of digging back into
Wow.
the gray matter? That was a huge record. Again, heyday of AM radio. It was just wow.
Yeah, you're
And
definitely
part of the sound was the processing, that it went through on getting from the record out on the air. And sometimes it just sounds better all compressed and give me a little echo.
There's some dude out there on YouTube that does this in-depth comparison, what's better, stereo or mono for 45s. Have you seen any of his videos? I don't know what his name is.
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I know the argument. There was a radio station on Long Island that didn't go to stereo until, like, the late '80s because, the mono signal just jumped right off the dial. So they were all about they were in the shadow of New York, and the only competitive advantage they had was they were louder than anybody else, and they were louder because they were in mono, you know?
Well, this is being broadcast in quadraphonic
And digital perfection.
and digital perfection and editing imperfection. Hey, if you like what you heard in this episode, do us a favor, push the like button. Come on.
There
Please
we go.
subscribe to the channel. Share some comments, including your favorite song from this episode. Really enjoy the comments. Dolph, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of
That's
Triple
true
Mystery
to you,
Reveal.
Phil.
And 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 you listeners, let's keep the coffee hot, the records and memories spinning, and our conversation flowing by watching one of the next videos right now.